Hey guys, it's Audrey coming at you again with another YouTube video. And today I wanted to talk about my near-death experiences. Now, a lot of these may not seem that exciting because I was so young, but back in the day, I was terrified. When I was in second grade, my uncle was dying of cancer and he wanted to spend his final days at home. So for the last month of his life, he spent it at home with my aunt. So my aunt lives 40 minutes away from me, so it wasn't really that out of the way to go visit her and stay with her and my uncle in his final days. So my aunt lived on a farm and she had a lot of cows, but her electric fence broke. And so the cows would get out into the street, into her neighbor's yards in the neighboring farm, and me, my cousin, and my sister would have to go round them up and get them to come back. Now I was 8 at the time, so you can imagine how helpful I was. So I was still in school at the time, so it was the spring of my second grade year. I would still go to school most days, but I would spend the weekends there with my mom and my aunt, and my dad would just drive me back home to my hometown and then drive me back out. So the electric fence was broken for a while, and this rounding up the cows thing was going on for a while. It didn't occur to me that maybe my aunt would get the electric fence fixed one day. One day while I was at school, my aunt got the fence fixed and my dad drove me out to the farm because I was going to be spending the weekend there. And my aunt had so many farm cats. I'm a cat lover. I had this favorite cat, so when I got to my aunt's house, I was playing with this cat and carrying it around, and there was kind of a log sitting next to the fence. And I thought, it's a good idea if I sit next to the electric fence that's probably not fixed and hold the cat and lean up against it, right? Brilliant idea. I was just leaning up against the fence oh, lum-de-dum. And I heard a buzzing sound and I was like, that's interesting. So I didn't feel shocked or anything, nothing happened. And so then I got up and went inside and was talking to my mom, and she's like, oh, by the way, sweetie, we got the electric fence fixed, so don't touch it because you might get electrocuted and die. Here I was for 5 minutes just sitting leaning up against the electric fence holding my cat. That wasn't super exciting, but still I don't know why the fence didn't shock me. Jesus was just behind me fam, I got you on this one, you're too young to die. This next one also takes place in my aunt's farm, same time period, but it was before the fence got fixed. My other cousin, she's my second cousin, but she was staying with my aunt while my uncle was dying as well. So she was there. She's not she's my cousin. Me, her, and my sister would play around a lot because my sister's 4 years older than me and my cousin's 3 years older than me, so we're all pretty close in age. I was 8 and then they were 11 and 12 at the time. My other cousin, who was in his 20s, who lived on the farm, he worked a job and stuff. So one night my mom was inside with my aunt and my uncle, and me and my cousin and my sister were just playing outside. And the fence was still broken so the cows would get out. And my aunt had this longhorn. The longhorn was aggressive. We knew this and stuff. And so me and my cousin and my sister were playing hide and seek or something. Then I noticed the longhorn was out and I was like, well, I'd rather not die today. I automatically went to my sister and my cousin and we're like, oh, hey, the longhorn's out. We should get it back in so we don't get hurt. So basically the layout of my aunt's, the area that we were in was, here's the fence, the gate is here to get into where the cows were. And then here's the barn, so it butted right up against the barn. So it was just there was this corner where there was fence and barn. We were trying to get the cow to go through the gate. When we were trying to do this, the longhorn was not very cooperative because it was the 3 little girls just trying to get him to go back in. It cornered us, so we were in the corner, pinned up against the barn with the fence right here, nowhere to go. It started running at us. I don't know if longhorns charge or what they do. I was scared. I'm 8 years old and I'm about to die. So right as that happened, my cousin, who was in his 20s, pulled in and started screaming at the longhorn. I don't even remember what he said, but it stopped charging 10 feet away from us. I owe you my life. So that's how I narrowly escaped death again. Another time I nearly escaped death was when I was at a church event with my sisters, and it was just there was karaoke, there was inflatables. I was probably 6 at the time. All these stories I'm telling happened when I was really little, but I had an eventful childhood apparently. And I remember this vividly because I was so scared when this happened. And you know how on inflatables there's a warning. I don't know if you've ever read the warning, but after this I happened to read the warning. I was like, wow, I really could have died. There's a warning label that says do not deflate the inflatable while people are inside because you'll suffocate and die. There's probably about 20 of us on this inflatable. And like, it wasn't just like little kids like me, like there was like older kids, like 13, 15-year-olds, like jumping on this inflatable with like us younger kids. The thing, like, apparently like it busted and the air went out of it, and I was in like the middle-ish like corner of it, and it like went down, and so like we were just like underneath it. It was like being under a tarp, and me being like 6 or 7 years old, I didn't know what to do. I think I started to cry, and the girl I was with was like, I can't breathe. I'm like, crap, I can't breathe either. So we were just panicked, and we probably really weren't under there that long, but like just like the circumstances were terrifying. When the air went out of this thing, like it went out fast. So like we were like down, like we were laying down. Then one of the older boys on the thing, like he stood up and like lifted it up so that we can like get out the door. I thought I was gonna suffocate and die like in the middle of this church thing. And like, you may ask, where were the adults in this? I don't know. They might not have even noticed. Like, it was like a lot of children. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories. Like and subscribe for more videos, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.